Alright, we're back. Sup everyone, this is ACDC's TNT. My game crashed, so now I'm reloading it. Made some good progress. Overall, I've been enjoying the game, despite its flaws. But, yeah, sometimes it's has some glitches and other issues. Uh-oh.
My God, I had completely forgotten this picture.
Good memories?
An optimist, are we? It's like remembering the last day of summer. Scenes full of joy, picturesque landscapes, and yet the light is faint and the air is still, the calm before the storm.
I know that feeling.
I figured that much. I can see it in your eyes. We met in the Army. We were all professional athletes. They called us the Olympic Five.
Who's the guy on the left?
Ah, Victor Sukovsky, the athlete. You've probably heard of his medals.
Hey, isn't that Craig Spano? The guy on the Morley's billboards?
Yes, indeed. Our captain. He was the oldest, after all, and star of the New York Warriors. He was an orphan, you know. But he loved the sport so much that he said baseball was his family.
Who's the guy on the right?
Angus Mitchell, our combat medic, and a doctor with the New York Warriors, which is how he met Spanow. It was Spanow who got him assigned to our platoon.
What about you?
I had just signed with the Milestones. I hadn't even played my first game, but people said I had a bright future ahead of me.
And you did. The cop at the hospital sure seemed happy to be the proud owner of a Tim Ironarm Thorpe autograph.
Who would have thought that I'd end up becoming Tim Iron Legs Thorpe?
What happened?
I fought the Nazis for 2 years, up there in the sky, over Europe. And I never set foot in a field hospital. 3 years later, I crossed the street without looking. And look at me now.
Was Dunn already boxing?
Yes, he was. I had already seen him fight before I even met him. He was as humble in the ring as he was in life. He'd always let his rivals take the initiative. I remember how he barely dodged the blows. If you didn't look at his feet, it seemed like he wasn't even moving. And the footwork, pure dancing. You could almost hear the music. The song would play until his opponent was exhausted. Then came the drum roll, followed by Dunn's victory by KO.
What happened to all of them?
Zukovsky died the same day they injured Dunn. Dunn received an honorable discharge and came home. He quit boxing and opened his gym. Mitchell was redeployed to a field hospital. Spano and I continued in the same unit, but nothing was ever the same. You see what I meant with the last day of summer. And after the war, well, who the hell cares?
I do. What happened to Mitchell after the war?
Mitchell? Who knows? We lost touch. I hope he's doing well.
I think I saw Mitchell not too long ago, but I can't remember where.
Seriously?
Spittle.
Please try to remember. I'd love to hear from him again.
I'll do my best. What happened to Spano?
Well, you've seen the billboards. He made it big time. When I was forced to retire, I got him some advertising deals. That's how I founded this agency. But then, something happened to him. He became sullen. He fell out of shape, and slowly but surely lost touch with reality. He withdrew from public life and broke off our friendship. Haven't heard from him in, 3 years? And believe me, I've tried to contact him.
You think Spano might have been involved in Dunn's death?
Spano? No way. He and Dunn were always... Well, Spano's changed so much that it's hard to say. Allow me to double your wage. You have to find the murderer. Maybe Dunn stayed in touch with Mitchell or Spano. Maybe even with both. But he never told me anything. Maybe Sonia knows.
I doubt it. But that's not the only question I've got for her. May I?
Okay, hopefully it doesn't crash this time. Come on. Come on, load her up. Don't crash, come on.
Yes?
Sonia?
No, she's not here. Who's calling?
Where is she?
What are you doing sit on the ledge?
Please don't.
Have you ever wished you'd never been born?
What? Yeah, sometimes.
Then we're both in the same boat. First time was right after moving to New York. I hated my mother. She was the reason we moved from the countryside and the smell of freshly mowed grass to this dirty city and the smell of medicine. Her medicine. The second time was after she died. I hated myself for having hated her before, for not having loved her enough. The third time was when my father shut himself off. I hated him for that, for abandoning me, for giving in to the booze. Now he's dead, so take a guess.
You hate yourself for having hated him.
Yes, but that's not the worst of it. The problem is I don't know how to live without hating him. Over the last few years, everything I've done was meant to push my father far away. To avoid being like him. To avoid making his same mistakes. Without him, I just don't know who I am. And you won't even let me hate Bobby, which might actually help me.
The more you hate, the worse you feel.
You think I don't know that? I need someone to blame. Without that someone, I have only myself to hate.
I'll find the person who did this. I promise.
Let me have my doubts. Although, you've already come so far. I'm sorry I haven't been a little more grateful.
In any case, you shouldn't hate yourself. You are... No, you have such good qualities. You're both beautiful and smart.
Are you really trying to flatter me now?
No, seriously, I didn't mean to... Sorry.
Anyway, can we just drop the subject? Did you go to my father's apartment?
Yes, the thief went there before coming to the gym, which leads me to believe he didn't find what he was looking for.
And what was he looking for?
That's what I intend to find out, with your help. I found a picture taken during the war.
The Olympic Five.
Did you meet any of them, besides your father and uncle?
Well, Uncle Tim actually isn't my uncle.
No?
He and my father loved each other like brothers. Did he tell you that he saved his life?
Thorpe saved your father?
They were flying over Brittany in a 3-unit fighter plane. Zukovsky was the pilot, my father was the co-pilot, and my uncle manned the machine gun. Suddenly, enemy fire killed Zukovsky and injured my father, which is why he never boxed again. My uncle jumped out of the gun turret, ran to the cockpit, and managed to pilot the plane to safety. Oh, the times my father told me that story. And now...
Did you ever meet Mitchell, the doctor?
Mitchell? The lizard? No, never. Why?
Oh, nothing. I think I've seen him somewhere. Did you ever meet Spano? What can you tell me about him?
I think I saw him once, but I was just a little girl. I think my uncle turned him into a star. That was a long time ago.
I found a baseball glove with Spano's autograph in your room.
Oh, I've never seen it. My father must have put it there, although I don't remember him having a signed glove.
I saw your old room.
That's embarrassing. Stop, or I'll end up hating you.
I'm also a fan of Frank Papalia.
Oh yeah, the poster. I only liked him because my father thought he was too modern.
Did the abacus inspire you to dabble in finances?
The most useful gift anybody has ever given me.
A gift from your mother?
From my Uncle Tim. He used to say that in this day and age, a woman should know how to count. My father didn't agree, but he didn't oppose it either. People thought he was a liberal because of his attitude towards racial issues. But at home, things were different.
It's odd that there are practically no toys or memories of your childhood in the room, except for a small music box.
That box? It might just be my last happy memory. It's from before my mother got sick and we moved here. I loved reading stories about pirates. So my father drew a treasure map for me. I searched the whole house, one clue at a time. It led me to this enormous tree in the yard where Daddy had put up a tire swing. X marks the spot, so I dug to find my treasure. I loved the music it played, the ballerina, and the little secret compartment. Oh, the secrets I kept in there.
I think it's the first time I heard you call your father Daddy.
Really?
That's not a clue.
Your dad had great taste in music.
So, better taste than I had as a child?
Well, now you've put me on the spot.
You don't know how happy that makes me.
Are you cold?
A little. Maybe I should go.
Wait, I still have a couple of questions for you. Your father sold his apartment. The new owners move in 2 weeks.
What?
I'm sorry. I think he used the money to buy a new place with Mary Purnell. The letter you're holding explains the rest.
I wish I'd had the chance to talk to her.
Well, I think you've already answered all my questions.
It's about time. I thought you were waiting for me to freeze out here. Anyway. Thanks for the company.
Thanks for the company.
Sonia, thank you.
I did.
Aren't you coming?
Are you coming? Doesn't look like she has teeth. Man, they put
I
some
knew I was looking at a solution, but what exactly needed solving?
all the blood is flowing to a different part of my body. I can't think straight. Wait a minute.
Maybe Dunn used the same hiding place once more.
Oh, it's the aardvark.
I'll never understand why detectives and criminals bluster while they fight each other in the pictures. What a waste of breath, focus, and energy. Personally, I prefer to save my breath for the final roar.
Well, crap. Hey, it's the aardvark Joey. I get why
I'll never understand why
switched to
detectives
crime,
and
because he
criminals
sure as heck
bluster
couldn't
while they
become a
fight each other
model.
in the pictures. What a waste of breath, focus, and energy.
Candid, yeah, classic. Oh, now I'm about to whoop your ass.
It's not the lack of credibility in the screenplay that bothers me. Plus, it's actually pretty handy. When a crook talks to you in the middle of a fight, you know you're up against a rookie. And if he doesn't even say, "Help me, please,"
I mean, landing on a trash can. I think I saved his life. Trash bag, not trash can. What am I saying? Both and. Honestly, the only reason I saved him is I figured he'd have information for me. Pretty sure he's the one who killed Purnell and in turn probably strangled our guy.
What did they say?
nothing serious. I lost another one of my 9 lives. Oh, this This hurts.
Got many left?
I'm in the red. You hasn't woken up yet?
Nope. We're gonna be here a while. Vulpine, 7 letters.
Devious?
You think that's the same thing? I don't know. Sounds a bit off to me.
I don't know what vulpine means. What am I looking for? Is that so? Well, well, well. You're looking mighty guilty, pal. Ooh, baseball card. Oh, even more guilty. Tearing his pants. Oh, I don't know what that.
Wait, I know. Vulpine, 7 letters. Cunning. What are you looking for?
Nothing. Will he live?
He'll live.
So what have you found out?
Randall Lee. Apparently in love with our penitentiary system, judging by the frequency of his visits. Theft, assault, extortion. You know, minor things of the sort.
Any partners?
Always works alone. He's never ratted out his employers, provided they exist. Did you find anything? Is this our man? Do you have proof?
It looks like we know who tore his pants following Mary Purnell up to the rooftop. His pants have a tear in them. I found a piece of that same fabric at the gym, on the stairs that lead to the rooftop where we found the second body.
Makes sense, but how many pairs of ripped pants are walking around New York City? I don't call that evidence.
This is gonna suck. We have 4, supposedly. There's a third piece of evidence? What? Why does it keep giving me this? Like, I don't know. Okay, is there more that I'm just not aware of? Okay. I will look up this shit if it makes it stupid to... Oh, right.
The guy who broke into the gym in Dunn's place has a thing for sardines. Did you smell his breath?
Right, because there's only one sardine fanatic on this side of the Hudson. I need something more.
I saw footprints from those very same shoes next to both the gym murders.
Unless you're telling me that shoe is a limited edition, I'm gonna need something else.
One of the thugs that attacked me the other night had a snout just like his.
I'm sorry, but you can't incriminate someone based solely on species. What else you got?
What more do you need? I've given you 4 pieces of evidence.
None of which are conclusive.
He tried to throw me off the rooftop.
Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. He's our man.
No, he's not our man.
Make up your mind.
He's just a puppet. Someone is pulling his strings.
Could it be Yale?
He's hiding something for sure, but I don't think he did it. By the way, was he discharged? His room is empty.
They let him out yesterday. He's in police custody now. You can tell he's an athlete. Made quite the comeback. Anyone else would have taken 10 times as long. Anyway, he better be fine. You know they've ordered me to escort him to Madison Square Garden on the day of the fight.
That's the first I hear of it.
Quick, what do you want? Good cop or bad cop?
I'm the bad guy. Good thing someone took out the trash.
Good morning, Mr. Lee. I assume you're aware that you're about to be accused of murder, and that thanks to the witness testimonies of Mr. Blacksad and Miss Dunn, your future's not looking too good.
Go to hell, you dog. I swear that if I catch you outside, you'll wish you were in hell.
Blacksad, stay out of this. Remember who's the cop here. Maybe we can offer you a deal. We know someone hired you to kill Joe Dunn and Mary Purnell. What do you have to say?
I'll call your bluff. You ain't got nothing. Your friend the Hellhorse doesn't seem to feel that way. Although I'm afraid he won't be talking anymore.
Shut up, or I'll kick you out. If you tell us who hired you, we'll help you.
What can you offer me? We could significantly reduce your sentence. I could testify that you helped me on the rooftop. You're pathetic. Is that why you never got in the police force, Blacksad? Did you fail the good cop, bad cop test? I won't say a word. And believe me, you stand to lose. Care for a piece of advice? If I were you, I'd fear for my life. I'm afraid that...
Whoa!
Watch out!
Come on. Oh, cool. I kind of want to redo the good cop, bad cop, but whatever. Really? I shot him from that far away?
Luckily, Smirnov's wound wasn't as bad as Randall's. Unfortunately, the police found nothing on the nearby rooftops. Our best shot at finding the killer was gone, so I went back to my previous lead.
Yeah, in retrospect, I should have let him be the bad cop.
It's from before my mother got sick and we moved here. I loved reading stories about pirates. So my father drew a treasure map for me. I searched the whole house, one clue at a time. It led me to this enormous tree in the yard where Daddy had put up a tire swing.
Hello, Smirnoff residence.
You're
Blacksad
dead.
here.
No, I got you with my lasso.
Can you quiet down, kids?
Dunn got killed for stirring the hornet's nest.
And you confessed your crime.
Kids, please.
He'd been investigating athletes for months, including Helen Moore and Al Stone, among others. Dunn's notes aren't all that clear, and I'm not sure what he was after. But I'd say we're facing a widespread corruption case.
Well, if you're right, that could be some dangerous evidence. Bring it here ASAP.
Sure, but there's something important that I need to finish first. I wanted to follow a certain lead on my own before Smirnov had the chance to see anything. According to his notebook, Dunn had seen Craig Spano at Sam's Diner just 4 days before his death.
Get out of here, pussy!
I'm sorry about what happened to Mary.
You're sorry? I'm the one who's sorry. You know what it's like to run this place alone? What the hell do you care, anyway? Beat it!
It might have been easier to slap the information out of him, but I decided to trust in a universal truth. Everyone is guilty of something. You don't know who I am, right?
Don't know and don't care. Come on, spit it out.
I'm John H. Blackmore, Public Health Inspector.
Oh, yeah, right. There are some real freaks around here, so I have to be firm, you know? Have you eaten? Dinner's on the house.
After you answer my questions.
Sure, go ahead. Your call. Always at your disposal, Inspector. Ask away.
Fear turned him soft and made him talk. Sure enough, Dunn had been here a few days back with a chimpanzee who matched Spano's description. Apparently, the guy still lived with his father. Dunn said he couldn't stay there a day more. For the time being, he would move into his place.
Wait a minute. What does Public Health Services have to do with that chimp?
The chimp died of food poisoning,
But wait! He didn't even eat!
which is even worse. Dunn had taken Spano to his place. I wanted to believe that when Randall Lee broke into the apartment, Spano fled to his former address. But where could that be? I gotcha. If the living have rich and poor neighborhoods, so do the dead. In the mid-19th century, Greenwood became the resting place to the city's most distinguished citizens. Thinkers, scientists, writers, inventors, artists, businessmen, politicians, police officers, thieves, pimps, and murderers. Here lie the bodies of the soulless minds that raised New York from the ground up. Now you know where to go to become somebody in the Big Apple. Mitchell, who fought with Dunn during the war, tried to pass as Yale's doctor. O'Leary wouldn't have sent Randall to kill Dunn. He would have dragged him to his basement, given him his little speech, and then killed him himself.
Hold on, I think I just saw car lights against the tree. No, it's just weird lighting effect. That's a card. Give me that card. Huh, that killed the music. I'm okay with that. See, this is the most appropriate time for it to be quiet. Wonder if this monkey went hiding because he's part of exposing the corruption.
I've never trusted angels. When they fall, they turn into demons. A Celtic cross. Supposedly, the ring keeps the devil at bay by reflecting the sunlight. Really handy at this time of the day.
I don't even know what I'm looking for. What is this?
If this had been here over 30 minutes, it'd be covered in ants. Still hot. The 4 bases guarding their father. According to the book I found at Dunn's place, fans of the sport leave baseballs on Braddock's tomb to pay their respects. It's strange that I don't see any. Maybe they're gone with the wind, or somebody claimed them as part of their inheritance. It'd be even better with a skull between the bats.
Okay.
I've always been a New York Warriors fan, although, to be honest, they're not what they used to be. Yep, they just haven't been the same without Craig Spano. I'm investigating a case of sports corruption. I think a considerable amount of athletes are involved, both current celebrities and former stars. I found a baseball glove at Joe Dunn's place. A glove signed by a great star. I couldn't believe my luck. Psst. Psst.
Marley's are the absolute worst. Who are you?
I'm John Blacksad, private investigator.
How's Joe?
One question at a time. It's my turn.
Your turn.
Why are you hiding here?
Because I fear for my life. Because this is the only place where I feel safe. Because Joe took me to his home. But they went looking for me there too.
What did he want from you? And who wants to kill you?
One question at a time. How's Joe?
What would happen if I told him the truth? Would he lose it? Could I take that chance? Joe Dunn is dead. Murdered.
I told you, Joe. How did it happen?
One question at a time. My turn. What did Dunn want from you?
He wanted to know who was playing dirty in the sporting business. Dirtier than usual, that is. Wrecked lives, careers, ruined at the top of their game. He wanted to know if the same had happened to me. He wanted to know if the end of my career and my disappearance had anything to do with all that. He wanted me to confirm who was behind it all. The guy who had him killed. Our old friend, the surgeon.
Well, that's useful.
Is Mitchell the surgeon? Is he the person behind all of this? That surgeon you mentioned, is he...
My turn. I want to know why I should trust you.
Because I take my job very seriously. It's my turn. That surgeon that you mentioned, is he in this photo I got here? Ow! Hey! Hey, that toss was...
A distraction. Damn it.
Both my ear and my self-esteem would hurt for days. But at least I had a new lead to follow. The surgeon. The bastard had avoided my scrutiny by passing as a hospital doctor. But now, all of my senses were on guard. No matter how good the disguise, or how well he hid, I would find him.
So, what you're saying is, 1, there's a corruption scandal involving all kinds of athletes. 2, our puppet master is a surgeon named Mitchell, a man who happened to fight in the war with Dunn, right?
Every lead I've found points to him.
Anyway, where was I? Number 3, right? 3, since Dunn was on his trail, Mitchell hired an anteater to get rid of him. Then, since you were also shaking the wasp's nest, he went after you. But the anteater made a mistake, and Mitchell killed him to cover his own tracks. And, wait, 4, the key to all this lies with a common friend of Dunn's and Mitchell's, Craig Spenow. Do you really trust him?
I think he didn't lie to us. Although he might not know the whole truth.
4. No, I mean 5. Dunn was murdered 4 days after taking Speno to his house. If that doesn't make him suspect, makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it could make sense.
Ha! Who's the detective now? Let's follow up with the suspects. You told Smirnoff that even though you're sure Yale is innocent, you think he's hiding something. But what about O'Leary? 6.
Nah, I know O'Leary, and he wouldn't have sent a hitman. he would have taken matters into his own hands.
What about Cassidy? 7, right?
I think it's safe to rule out Cassidy as Dunn's murderer. He seems too impulsive to have planned such a twisted crime. Whoever planned the whole thing knew the suicide theory would fall through, so he manipulated the clues to incriminate Yale. Cassidy is too impulsive to pull off such an intricate plan.
So, you're right. Mitchell is the one pulling the strings. And you know why? Because in novels, the murderer is always someone the detective knows from the beginning.
Well, that could be the case in British novels. You know, where everyone in the mansion where the murder took place is a suspect. But this might just be an American whodunit, where the detective doesn't even meet the culprit until the last scene.
You mean we still don't know who's pulling the strings?
I didn't say that. How did it go with Helen Moore?
I didn't get anything, even though it started out really well. I asked to interview her along with her boyfriend, Al Stone. Since I'm a big shot, they were happy to oblige. I'll go back and forth so you don't get bored. So, who goes first? Here's one for Helen. Dating a boxer can be dangerous. Aren't you afraid that those blows to the head will take a toll on his intellectual capacity?
Honey, take a look at my man and then look at yourself. You really think I'm with him because of his intellectual capacity?
Helen!
Write this down. Nothing will change my man. His smarts, manliness, and integrity are all boxing proof.
Okay, now. Here's a question for Al. Your manager is Frank Cassidy, president of the Boxing Managers Association of New York. According to him, only boxers working with member managers should be allowed to compete. What do you think about that?
We never talk politics, honey. Athletes should steer clear of controversy and stay focused on their sport. Don't you think?
Yeah, that's right.
Moving on. Okay, Helen. Can you tell us how much Champies pays you to endorse them?
Sure, honey. They pay me much more than I'd ask them for. In fact, Champies is so delightfully delicious that I'd even do it for free. Does that answer your question?
No.
Nonsense. We both know it does.
Now what? Time for a picture.
How should we pose?
Okay, how about a hug? I want to feel the love. You're the envy of all America. Okay, one more question, and...
Al, honey, can you answer it? I've got to go say hi to a fan. I'll be right back, Mr. Pulitzer.
Wait. You mean she stopped smiling when that fan showed up?
Yeah.
Could you describe him for me?
I'll be able to show you something as soon as I'm done developing these pictures. And actually, I thought it was odd too. So while I continued to interview Stone, I managed to take some pictures of Moore and whoever her mysterious fan was. All right.
They're all blurry.
So, where were we? Your manager is Frank Cassidy, president of the Boxing Managers Association of New York. According to him, only boxers working with member managers should be allowed to compete. What do you think about that?
Cassidy is a great manager, really. No complaints there. And the work he's putting in as president of the association is really valuable. But, I don't know, maybe in this case, Joe Dunn was right. Wait, no. Could you keep that last comment off the record? You know, on the down low.
My lips are sealed. In just 12 days, the contender will try to steal your belt. Any thoughts on your fight against Yale?
Well, supposedly the odds are in my favor, but there's no such thing as a weak rival. And, you know, Bobby Yale might be young and going through a rough patch, but he's had an amazing streak, so I'll do my best.
Are you ever jealous about sharing your sweetheart with America?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm jealous, but I know that someone so popular and honest can draw the wrong kind of attention. There are plenty of people who would love to put an end to her career, so it's not easy.
Let's get that picture taken. Let's see what you think about this. Close your eyes and rest your chin on your fist. The boxing thinker.
Like these?
Exactly.
Actually, looks kind of good.
Wait, I accidentally moved. Stand still. I'll take another one.
Damn it.
All right, so where were we? Are you ever jealous
Can I
about
skip
sharing your
this?
sweetheart with America?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm jealous, but I know that someone so popular and honest can draw the wrong kind of attention. There are plenty of people who would love to put an end to her career, so it's not easy.
In just 12 days, the contender will try to steal your belt. Any thoughts on your fight against Yale?
Well, supposedly the odds are in my favor, but there's no such thing as a weak rival. And, you know, Bobby Yale might be young and going through a rough patch, but he's had an amazing streak, so I'll do my best.
Your manager is Frank Cassidy, president of the Boxing Managers Association of New York. According to him, only boxers working with member managers should be allowed to compete. What do you think about that?
Cassidy is a great manager, really. No complaints there. And the work he's putting in as president of the association is really valuable. But, I don't know, maybe in this case, Joe Dunn was right. Wait, no. Could you keep that last comment off the record? You know, on the down low.
My lips are sealed. Let's get that picture taken. Let's see what you think about this. Close your eyes and rest your chin on your fist. The boxing thinker.
Like these?
Exactly. Wait, I accidentally moved. Stand still. I'll take another one. What's with me today? Don't move, please. Now we got it. Should we keep at it? I'm going to take one more, all right? Okay, now raise your head and your arms up like you were celebrating a victory.
Like these?
Exactly.
Oh, I should have said show me your back. Damn it.
What's up with me? Stand still. I'll take it again. I can't seem to get it right. Don't move. It's about time. Finally, we're all set.
Should have told him to show me his back so that way he would have assumed.
Wait. So, are you telling me the photos are developed? Or is that what you said to Stone?
Both. Just look.
Look at his hand. Is he pulling something out of Moore's purse? Or putting it in? Look at his hand. Is he pulling something out of Moore's purse? Or putting it in?
You know, I thought he'd be cocky, but he didn't seem too convinced about beating Yale.
It makes sense. O'Leary's rigged the fight. Stone has to lose. Who's that guy?
I know he's not a fan. You should have seen her face when she saw him. Can't you just see the love?
I'm not so sure, to be honest. Love is not subservience. The boxing thinker, the boxing poet. Boxing just might turn out to be the intellectual sport of choice. I think she only smokes when she's nervous. What was making her nervous?
Am I missing something?
That's a decent picture, but it doesn't tell the truth.
Huh? Of course it's the truth. I was there.
Stone isn't as strong as he looks, and Moore certainly doesn't need him to lift her up.
Son of a bitch.
Wait, that's him.
Who?
Mitchell, the surgeon.
Seriously? We got him.
Not yet.
Oh, it's the iguana, isn't it? How convenient.
I've seen that matchbox before.
Focus, Blacksad. We need to figure out how to find that Mitchell guy. Hey, pal. Did you hear what I just said? We need to keep looking at all those pictures. We need a clue that'll take us to Mitchell. Hey, see? There. Just like I was saying.
Now I have an excuse, too, to go there. You know, pick up some money. I love when everything lines up like that. It's almost like it was planned from the beginning. I'm starting to suspect that this is just a game.
Brawls aren't even the worst part of my job. Sure, you may take a beating, but at least you get the chance to defend yourself. But when you're sitting in your car all night, there's no way out. Your legs cramp up, your back and neck feel stiff, your entire body aches to be somewhere else. It's boring and repetitive. People were finally leaving the place. The bar was about to close. And I hadn't seen Mitchell go in or out. I had no choice.
I see you took me up on my invitation. And you're smart. You knew not to come until my anti-fur regulars had all cleared out.
I can't say no to good advice.
Or good bourbon. Here's looking at you, Mr. What was your name?
As far as I knew, La Iguana always stayed neutral. He played poker with Cassidy, but his joint was used as a gambling drop-off for O'Leary's operation. Did it make sense to keep faking it? Or was it too dangerous not to? Blackmore. John H. Blackmore.
I knew it. Although your Texan isn't half bad.
Let's just say I represent certain sports lobbies I'd rather not talk about.
I understand. My pleasure, Mr. Blackmore. You're a natural. You're even better at pool than poker.
This is much easier. No one can cheat.
You barely flinched when Cassidy decided to teach that ego a lesson.
What do you want me to say? Between you and me, it's not the first time I find myself in this situation. Who doesn't have their own barber with a license to kill? Damn it.
Well, nobody's perfect. Tell me, what do you really want with Cassidy? I just don't understand your motives.
You know how a scout goes out to Little League games in search of young talent? Well, that's what I was doing at your poker game. But it's too soon to tell.
Don't worry about it. I was only curious. So, what about me? What do you want from me? No one comes to La Iguana just to drink and play pool.
I'm looking for one of your regulars, Dr. Angus Mitchell.
What for?
We fought together during the war. I just want to say hi.
Sure. Tell you what, I'll talk to Mitchell. Come back tomorrow night.
You don't understand. I have to talk to him, or else.
Or else what?
I've got friends in high places. Friends you don't want to meet.
Oh, you don't think I do? You think this dump would still be open otherwise? Please, cut the crap. Anything else?
I don't think Cassidy would be too happy about the role his poker buddy plays in O'Leary's gambling operation. I'm sure you understand that.
Son of a bitch. All right. Give me your phone number, and I'll give you a call when Mitchell shows up.
No. You're gonna call him right now, and you're gonna give him this message. But when you're sitting in your car all night, there's no way out. Your legs cramp up, your back and neck feel stiff, your entire body aches to be somewhere else. It's boring and repetitive. It's so bad that your thoughts spiral in a never-ending loop. Like when you're stuck in your car, on surveillance duty. The owner of La Iguana was supposed to tell Mitchell that a certain anteater was still alive, and that it was only a matter of time before he ratted him out. With a bit of luck, that would make him nervous enough to force his hand. Now all I had to do was follow him. He went in without it. I wonder what's in it.
Okay, it's obviously the gun. Let me... Thank you.
We'll be just fine, don't worry. Gil, stand guard right here. If the cat shows up, you know what to do. I'll be back in an hour.
Taken by surprise from over there, although I don't know how I'd get there.
It says while panning over to where I need to go.
Of course, he's Randall Lee's partner. I should be careful. When they gave me a beating, I could see he was kinda trigger happy. Ooh, let's slowly walk all the way to the other side then. Oh, this is a big area. Yeah, I didn't think they'd let me go the whole damn distance. Oh, okay, what do you want? When you want to be silent, noise can be your best ally.
Hey, we'll just stand directly at each other. Yes, it's a gun. Looks like it's loaded.
Smells like liberty and oil spills.
Sounds like a motor's on. Can't go down there. Man, there's a big ass area to explore. Would it let you walk all the way back there? There's nothing back there. And those dust effects. Oh, I see. I see. Well, actually, is there even a reason to do that? so we have to jump on him. I can't go up the ladder. Yes, I can. Gotta love when a game gives you options. Oh, okay. That wasn't quite my plan, but sure. I guess it makes more sense than just jumping on him without it. Man, this guy's like moving a dead horse.
What does this place have to hide?
Hit the red button. We need a key. Looks like you stick something in there. That's gonna probably have the same thing.
Will I need help? Who would I call?
Smirnoff.
Pier 36. Meet me in an hour.
Blacksad.
If you're coming from Montgomery, it's the 6th sea-facing warehouse.
What's going on?
And bring the cavalry. According to this, the warehouse belonged to a Canadian import company. If I'm not mistaken, these are incense sticks, used in cleansing rituals. It could be an Ojibwa totem pole, in which case, the top animal would be a crane. A dream catcher. It's supposed to protect children during the night, trapping all evil in its spider web.
I don't want to deal with him just yet. Oh, what is that? There's a key right there just floating. Seriously, there's like a key floating right there. Is that just no, that's a freaking key right there. Question is, where's that key actually supposed to be? Okay, can I look at the key? Maybe not. Oh, I can walk back here. Okay. And climb up here. Why would I do that? Let's give it a squeeze. Squeeze. Alright, time to interrogate the guy.
Don't you even think of screaming.
I might not even talk.
It looks like an arrowhead. Everything seems to prove that Gil is a Native American, and I'm almost sure that the woman in the picture is his mother.
Oh, that was a woman?
You know who'll always believe in you? Your mother. My mother never lost her faith in me. And I gave her plenty of reasons when I was a kid. It all started with something as stupid as keeping the change when she sent me for groceries. Then I started stealing fruit from the street stands. And finally, I turned to pickpocketing. Somehow, my mother managed to keep me in school until I got into college. But I never gave her reasons to believe in me then either. I made new friends. The type of friends that convince you to do things that wouldn't make a mother proud. Then Pearl Harbor happened. I got drafted and sent to Europe. They told me killing was my moral duty, but I discovered it could be addictive. Not all victims were Nazis. But when I got back, I was treated like a pariah, a veteran outcast who never should have come back in the first place. And yet, my mother never ceased to...
I also fought in the war. That's where I met Mitchell. They used me, like many of my people. And then they just tossed us aside. The first time Mitchell offered me to do this, I told him to take a hike. I wanted to get my act together, but I ended up begging him. I don't like Mitchell. I don't like the things he makes me do. I don't like that German rat either. But what I like least of all is myself. I don't like what I did during the war, and I don't like what I'm doing now. Do you know what it's like to kill a friend for the sake of the mission? Huh? But my mother, she always thought I'd make amends and start anew. Maybe it's time I did just that. It's number 3.
Oh, okay, that was easy. Too easy. What does this do? Can't smile just yet. We don't know what the hell this thing. Yeah, well, interesting. Why is he following me? Hold up. Oh, we're about to get locked in here, damn it. Can I get back out?
Hey, it's all right. Don't be afraid, little girl. I don't want to scare you, okay?
Vita, no hurt.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess called...
Brunhilda.
Hi, my name is Brunhilda, and I'm very happy,
said Brunhilda. And then Brunhilda, who had a beautiful name...
Really beautiful.
A really beautiful name, ran into someone very special.
Oh, who was it?
A crazy wizard called...
None. Crazy not.
Oh, no, that's not right. It was actually... a magical cat called John.
I'm a magical cat. My name is John. Hi, John the cat. I really like magical cats. Hi, Brunhilda. I'm going to use my magical power to help you. Get out of a cage, too.
None. It's sad.
You say silly things, John the cat. So what are you going to help me do? Fill up a bunch of color balloons. I love balloons. What's your favorite balloon color? Wow, that's a very hard question. But John the cat, it's the easiest question in the world. Let me show you how easy it is. My favorite balloon color is... pink. Whoa, Brunhilda. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Burn. John. Brunhilda. Front. Do play. It's look.
Okay.
Hi, Bird. Why are you wearing that mask?
Well, gas.
Well, maybe we should get out of here. What do you think, Bird? And what about you, Brunhilda? Don't you think that?
Interesting.
What if it was Gil who killed his partner Randall Lee under Mitchell's orders?
Do I even want to know? Wait a minute.
A list of names? Somehow related to chemical agents?
Interesting. Gail has been taking some enhancements. I already know what direction this is going to turn. I hate when it does this. Okay. I won't believe Shirley wouldn't show anything too explicit, but I'm concerned.
Subject: Brunhilde Gruner. Treatment: Day 1500. The patient's ability to speak continues to diminish. Now she can only pronounce the occasional word in German. Tissue degeneration persists. And yet, perhaps due to drastic reduction of benzylprodine dosage and an increase of ibupropion, we have observed a 3% of deceleration of said degeneration.
It's not very high.
Furthermore, and perhaps this is the best finding so far, the subject exhibits a mild recovery of her speaking. It's not a lot, and yet we are on the right track. All hope is not lost.
And I'm guessing he's going to break in as soon as we watch this?
Subject: Craig Spano. Treatment: Day 0. The subject is a veteran baseball player who has lost speed, strength, and agility due to the regular aging process. The patient refers intense pain on the right scapula, most likely caused by an old injury. The goals of our medical approach are twofold: to relieve pain caused by the prior injury so that the subject can play without symptoms, and to help the patient regain the physical condition lost in the aging process, thus allowing him to perform at elite levels. Treatment: Day 120. The patient no longer feels pain when using his right arm, circumstance that allows him to pitch without fear. So far, the only side effect seems to be a slight euphoria experienced 3 hours after dosage. which subsides 4 hours later, taking the patient on an emotional roller coaster of sorts with bouts of mild trembling. Treatment. Day 341. Moments of euphoria and boosted physical performance have become increasingly short, while the ensuing periods of depression and weakness have become longer, including severe tremor. Although we have met all therapeutic goals, we will proceed to terminate the treatment in order to avoid causing irreparable physical and mental damage to the patient.
Mitchell is cashing in by selling drugs to enhance athletes' performances. The worst part of Mitchell's scheme isn't that it's illegal or unethical. It's that he didn't even care about compromising the athlete's health.
Oh.
Gil? You know you're not allowed down here. You know you're not allowed.
You bastard! I kill you right here, right now!
I don't know.
You don't know? I know you're testing drugs on that girl.
Brunhilde? No, she's my daughter. She was born with a degenerative disease, a rare condition similar to the Engelmann syndrome. There are only 4 known cases like hers, and none of the patients reach the age of 5. But I couldn't give up. I continued to research and found something. It didn't make her better, but anyway, that same treatment used on healthy subjects seems to improve their stamina and their reflexes. It also seems to improve their pain threshold. Somehow, the Reich heard about my experiments and tried to recruit me to create super soldiers.
There it is. Hitler's a cat.
Yes, that Reich. We're talking late 30s, Berlin. I escaped with Brunhilde and came to your country. But the American military also heard about me. I spent the entire war experimenting with drugs on soldiers. Some were highly effective, I must say. When the war was over, my experiments were discarded. I was forbidden all access to the drugs, and Brunhilde got worse. But then God sent me Angus Mitchell. We had met during the war, and he came to offer me a deal. I would make drugs for athletes, and he would sell them. With my earnings, I could pay for Brunhilde's treatment. What else do you want me to say?
What are the long-term effects of those drugs?
It depends on the patient. But they all develop an addiction, even Brunhilde. They also suffer other symptoms. Some become delirious. She's losing muscle mass by the day. Others lose their ability to focus. And some, slowly but surely, lose it all.
About those pills. What is he looking at?
Don't dwell on it, Josh. You had to tell him the truth in order to protect Brunhilde. I would have done the same thing. Finish packing up your things and stop torturing yourself, okay?
Thanks, Angus. I won't be long.
Oh, honey. You like living here? Yeah, me too. But we have to go somewhere else, and it's all that bad cat's fault. Yes, sweetie. We're going to a new home now. A prettier one, and you'll be happier there. Now go with Papa, honey. Give him a kiss. Go on. Give him a kiss. Go on.
Oh, he's gonna lock them in there.
I'm sorry about this, Josh, but we gave it our best, didn't we?
Huh? What? What do you mean, Angus?
I wish it hadn't come to this.
Angus, what's wrong?
Goodbye, Josh.
Ah!
I'm not even gonna get a chance to save him. Wow, that's messed up. Okay, at least it didn't go the direction I thought it was gonna go. I thought it was like child pornography or some shit.
I hope you're happy, you son of a bitch. They were good people. Ah! I hope that made you feel better. I like it when you smile. You're so far from the truth. What the?
Oh, no, 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 no. We gotta get the gas mask. We should have gone our way. I'm about to die. It's okay. We're just gonna restart, aren't we? Yeah, no, I collapsed. Okay, it's not always clear exactly what's going on.
The mask would buy me a bit of extra time. The question was, how much?
Wait, what am I even looking at?
Spano just ran out that way.
Okay, how do you close us in and then run out this way? Just random and tapping A.
Barely working. I needed fresh air.
That was impressive.
Craig Spano is back! Did you miss me? Who wants to see a home run? Now you're gonna see. Bring it on! Let's go!
No.
Don't torture yourself. You did everything you could.
Will he make it?
The doctors think so. They found him unconscious by the basement door.
What? Could Gil have blocked the basement door from the outside to kill Mitchell?
You think? That's a serious accusation. Are you sure, or is this just a theory of yours?
It's just a theory. Let's hope we get the truth out of him.
Huh. You think Gil was involved in the previous murders?
What if it was Gil who killed his partner, Randall Lee, under Mitchell's orders?
Another serious accusation. Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure yet. But it very well could be the case.
Wait, couldn't Mitchell be Randall Lee's murderer?
So he misses with 2 shots at point-blank range, and then he hits a guy smack in the forehead from across the street? No. Mitchell is not the sniper who wiped out Randall Lee.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But we still don't know what caused Craig Spano's death.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we do.
There's no doubt about it. Spano took drugs from the lab, and they killed him.
But if that were true, how many more athletes are in danger? And most importantly, who are they? Is Bobby Yale involved?
I didn't see them all, but write down these names. Peter Lowe, Xavier Chains, Helen Moore, Bill Goldman, Miles Benton, Alexander Wood, Jacob Ziegler, and yes, Bobby Yale.
Thanks. Saving lives for a change, huh? In any case, thanks for the call. I was starting to think you'd never trust the police again.
I don't trust the cops. I trust you.
Hey, John. Surprise. It could have given a tip to a friend, don't you think? Or is that only the case when I helped you?
Get that guy out of here. All right. Let's get this over with. When the war ended, Mitchell convinced Grun to use his super soldier drugs on elite athletes. Somehow, Dunn found out about Mitchell's scheme. So when Mitchell heard that Dunn was onto him, he ordered Randall Lee to kill him and frame Yale for the murder. Then, he made Randall search Dunn's house and the gym for any incriminating evidence he might have had against him. The poor cleaning lady died almost by chance. When you stuck your nose in the case, he tried to scare you by sending his thugs to give you a beating. And when that didn't work, he asked Randall Lee to finish you off on the gym rooftop. But Randall not only failed, he got captured. So Mitchell ordered Gil to put a bullet through his head, which only made Gil upset. You kept getting closer and closer to the point of discovering his headquarters. When Mitchell realized he was cornered, he burned his bridges by setting the lab on fire, along with Dr. Grun and his daughter. Gil saw the opportunity to get back at Mitchell, so he blocked the only exit so that he would also die in the fire. Did I leave any loose ends?
Just a few. But don't worry about it. I'll take care of them now. So I guess thanks for everything.
He just pulls out a gun and shoots random people. Case closed. Then shoots himself.
In your classic noir films and novels, solving a case never amounts to a happy ending. The detective is always left with a sense of bitterness. A feeling that, before he took the case, the world was a better place. That he was a better person.
Come on, now speed it out!
Sometimes I just let my character get the best of me.
What do you want from me?
I told Stone what I knew. That he was going to let Yale win. That if he didn't, O'Leary would destroy Helen Moore's career. And that Moore was doomed either way. Or would be, as soon as America discovered her sweetheart was on drugs.
I don't believe you. No way. Who sent you?
Today? Nobody.
And what if I did believe you? What would that change? If I don't do this for her, how could I ever look her in the eyes? How could we stay together?
You think you'll stay together when you lose your title and they accuse her of doping?
At least I know I tried.
I know your record. Your rise to the top is clean, free of both O'Leary's and drugs. God, you might just be one of the only honest athletes I've met recently. Please don't let them change that.
Is it all about being professional to you?
Suit yourself. But trust me, your manager is a murderer. Get as far away from him as possible.
Hey, Blacksad! I'll think about it.
Yale confirmed to me that Dunn found out that Mitchell was giving him meds. That was the reason they argued the evening of his death.
In fact, I was clean at the time. Hadn't used for days. I didn't want to go down that road. I wanted to follow Joe.
But he discovered everything.
He didn't believe me when I said I had nothing to do with it.
But you used again.
Only after his death. I needed to cope.
But the drugs gave you a panic attack.
Yeah. But I've been clean ever since.
Mitchell gave you the pills when he stopped by the hospital. Hence, your miraculous recovery. Are you planning on taking them before the fight? Don't do it, Bobby.
Someone has to save the gym. I owe it to Joe. And Sonia. And my Aunt Mary.
Thorpe has enough money to save the gym, but he won't be able to save you if you go through with this. Sorry about your Aunt Mary. She was a good woman. Stone and Yale hadn't taken away the bitterness I felt. I needed a friend. He was outraged that I hadn't given him the tip, but he let it go as soon as I bought him a milkshake. After the perfect storm of corruption and murder, only friendship could reconcile me with the world. Only that could make me believe in mankind again. Only that could cleanse my soul. Only that. And money. In your standard noir novel, Yale and Stone would be punished for breaking the rules. There would be justice for Sonia, the victim. But this was the real world. As the detective who had cracked the case, I just had to get my paycheck and be on my way.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Blacksad. Mr. Thorpe is on his way. Care to take a seat while you wait?
Did he tell you why he's running late?
He'll be here in a minute. Please, take a seat.
No matter how many curveballs destiny throws his way, he always manages to land on his feet. When he was a rising sports talent, the war put an end to his career, so he became a war hero. After the war, he didn't end up like Gil or like me. He became an elite athlete, a Hall of Fame football star. When an accident left him in a wheelchair, he went on to succeed in advertising.
Oh God, that mole. Ugh. It's a seal. Where the heck that is? Hold on. They're connected.
No, that's not possible. But what if Tim Thorpe was somehow involved in Mitchell's operation?
Mr. Blacksad? Mr. Thorpe is running later than expected, but he insists on meeting you, if you don't mind.
Sure, as long as you help me fight off this boredom.
That's not in my job description, but...
I gotta look directly down her cleavage. No, I'm a detective. I'm a professional.
If my hunch is right, there should be a meeting with Mitchell noted somewhere in Thorpe's agenda. If I had her markings on my skin, would I be the same person? Would my name be different?
It's supposed to be like a racial narrator.
How long have you worked for Tim Thorpe?
Almost 3 years. And I hope it lasts.
Has anything odd happened at the agency lately?
Not on my shift. Perhaps the oddest thing I've seen is a bored detective asking a lot of questions.
Well, you see, I've got a problem. In order to figure out how much Mr. Thorpe owes me, I need to know what day I started working on the case. But I can't remember. You wouldn't have that written down, would you?
It sure wasn't on my shift. I remember. Let me see.
What? Dunn was here 2 days before he died? Why didn't Thorpe ever mention that?
I'm sorry, but your name's not on here.
Wait, I just remembered something. The day I came, Joe Dunn had just walked out the door.
Well, no. You don't have any appointments. Although, I guess I could have forgotten to write you in. Mr. Dunn, who's usually very kind, left in a flurry. He even slammed Mr. Thorpe's door.
Okay. Now I know I have to get into Thorpe's office.
And he didn't even say goodbye.
Yes, that was the day. You don't recall me because the minute I saw Dunn stomp out, I followed him. I never actually came in.
Of course. That explains it.
No doubt. So, since it looks like Mr. Thorpe won't be here soon, I think I'll go take a walk down the hall. Gotta stay in shape. Come on, Thorpe. Tell me there's a back door to your office. Should I play the Smirnoff trump card again? No, this is nothing but a hunch.
Give me the card.
So, you had something to do with that chest expander after all. If Weekly were here, I'd have to tie his hands behind his back.
Let me guess.
Cats aren't afraid of heights. That's why I've never felt vertigo. In my experience, when something looks really good, it ends up smelling really bad.
Wait, that's a card. I need that card. Gotta catch them all. So I gotta go back on the other side of the table. I know that's a card. I can see the card. I don't know how to get to that card. I gotta find a way for someone to move that tray somewhere. I don't know.
It's a bit strange to see no office chair behind a desk, until you remember the desk's owner is in a wheelchair. Oh, crap. Why am I surprised? In every investigation, there comes a point where every single lead seems to go down the drain. And you have to retrace your steps to get back on the right track. What if Groon's drugs helped Thorpe walk?
Yeah, I'm really... Okay.
Of course. I better not use it. It might be connected to the switchboard at the front desk. One of the strengths, the accuracy of his throw. I earned the nickname Iron Arm. I used to throw the ball in 50 miles, and yeah, whatever it wanted. My coach, the great Joffrey Sachs. And so I worked hard. Did, but Pearl Harbor. I enlisted immediately. After losing a partner in combat, a serious injury, I asked to be relocated. I became a sniper. I know I shouldn't say this, but I was one of the best in the Army, and it was all thanks to my accuracy. No, it was all thanks to Jeffrey Sachs. I wonder how many Americans that man saved with my arm. After these words, Tim Thorpe is moved almost to tears and asks me to take a break. It's shocking to see how an athlete and soldier, a man whose aim and skill won him a Medal of Honor and the nickname Surgeon among his brothers in arms. That can't be. I mean, it could be a coincidence, but no. That's it. Thorpe is the man behind the whole drug operation. Of course, it wasn't Mitchell or Gill. It was Thorpe who shot Randall at the hospital. Everything adds up now. And yet I can already hear Smirnoff telling me I have no conclusive evidence. What if I set a trap for Thorpe? But how?
His gun.
Ha! What if
if I place Thorpe's gun up there and corner him so that he has to stand up to get it? The show was about to begin. All I needed was an audience and some patience.
Stop it!
Arr! Don't you know who you're dealing with, matey?
What a silly man.
Mutiny! You wants to be shark bait, do ya? Oh, Blacksad. I feel terrible for keeping you waiting.
John.
But you see, there was mutiny on board, so...
Stop.
See what I have to put up with. All right, helmswoman, to the cabin with you! Onward!
Aye, aye, Captain.
Come along, Blacksad. Julie, don't let anyone bother us. Honey, will you wait in the boardroom for me, please?
But...
I'll just be a minute then. I think you've already suffered enough.
Okay.
And think about where you'd like to have dinner tonight, okay? You see, I'm not gonna pay you for solving the case.
Fair enough. The truth is, I didn't solve it.
No, it's not that. You'll get every penny we agreed on, and more. But not because you solved the case, but for her. 2 days ago, she wanted to end it all. Drop out of college, sell the gym. Too many wounds to heal. But through your incredible work, you managed to heal them. Well, perhaps not completely. It takes time to get over something like this. But at least, thanks to you, Sonia wants to be happy. She has hope. I'm going to help her make Dunn's Gym the best in the city. Who would have ever guessed it, huh?
I'm happy for her. She's been through a lot, and honestly, I wasn't sure she'd make it.
Well, she hasn't just yet. But she will in time. Anyway, back to the case. All those people you confronted. Gill, the German doctor, even Mitchell. Huh. I would have never suspected him. Did they say anything? Why did they do it? Did they mention any accomplices?
They did mention a certain surgeon.
Surgeon? You have any idea who that could be?
I'm sure this comes as no surprise, but it was Angus Mitchell himself. In fact, you gave me the lead by telling me he was a doctor.
Sure, yeah, sure. I'm glad I could help. Although, you see, besides my esteem for Joe and Sonia, this ordeal really hits close to home.
I would have never guessed it.
Sports are my livelihood. Do you know how many of the athletes involved have a deal with me?
How do you know that?
What?
Oh, wait. Sonia told you.
Yes, that's it. Sonia told me.
That's funny. I never told Sonia.
Well then, do you know how many of the athletes involved have a deal with me?
I think I have a slight idea.
So far, the papers only talk about bodies down at the docks and an illegal lab. Not one has mentioned the athletes. But if one word gets out, this agency's future could be on the line. Not to mention Sonia's and the gym's. Could I ask you to be discreet?
I'm sorry to say your future is already on the line.
What do you mean?
I wasn't completely honest with you before. I know you're the surgeon. A journalist told me. Ring a bell?
I'm sure you've got good intentions, but you're wrong. What makes you think that? I'm sure there's an explanation.
Don't deny it. I know Mitchell gave them to you.
People see a wheelchair and think, poor guy, he can't walk. But there's so much more to it than that. Some nights I can't even sleep from the pain.
That doesn't explain why you didn't tell me you knew about those drugs. I know you ordered Randall Lee to kill Joe Dunn. And you tried to frame Bobby Yale, who had recently given up your medical services.
Joe was my friend. Don't you get it? I hired you to solve this damn case. You think that's what a murderer would do?
Only because you thought I'd blame Bobby Yale and drop the case. But as soon as I realized something wasn't right, you sent Randall Lee and Gil to give me a scare. And when all that failed, you ordered Lee to kill me.
You're the type that won't open his jaws once he's got his prey, aren't you?
I think I've made that clear enough by now.
Put yourself in my place for a minute. You're a promising football player who just got back from the war, but you're still a nobody. The man you saved kindly opens his house to you, and that man is still undone by his wife's passing. He works all day at his gym, and he drinks himself to sleep at night. So you practically end up raising his daughter. You give her her very first abacus. You encourage her to further her education. You comfort her when she misses her mother and her father. Meanwhile, your sporting career takes off. Life is good. Until one day, out of the blue, an accident cripples you. An old friend, Mitchell, tells you he knows someone who can help you. A German doctor. His drugs take some time to work, but they do wonders. You manage to walk for short bursts at a time, little by little. And those bursts keep getting longer. But the drugs aren't cheap at all. So you have to find a way to pay for them, don't you see?
So you decided to start an advertising agency focused on product endorsement by athletes. And then it occurred to you to sell them those same drugs you were taking. Drugs would help them excel, and you'd get better ad deals. The perfect business model. Your first client? Craig Spano. His career had hit a rough patch, so he was the guinea pig for your new operation. And yet, when the drug started having serious side effects, you got rid of him. Afraid he would talk, you tried to kill him. That's why he hid. From then on, your business was smooth sailing. You even began to think you were above the law. You thought that you were untouchable. Until Joe Dunn found out, and then, 2 days before his unfortunate death, he came to see you.
That's enough now! You stop it! Now, I don't know if I'm above the law, but I am sure as hell not beneath it. Do you know how much power I have? The kind of people I eat with every day? I could shoot you right now, and nothing would happen to me.
With that gun you keep in your drawer? I'm afraid not. I placed your pistol out of reach, just in case you happen to confirm my suspicions, Iron Arm. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have an appointment with the police.
I won't let anyone wreck my life again. Sonia and I, we deserve a future.
You can come in now, Smirnoff.
Timothy Wilson Thorpe, drop your weapon. You're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the state will provide one for you. Mr. Thorpe.
Lady, why'd you do that? Girl, I don't care what you're backing from the
Sonia
behind.
Dunn.
No asses be up
You are under arrest
above the law.
for the death of Timothy Wilson Thorpe. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the state will provide one for you. Do you understand these rights as I have just read them to you? With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak to me? Watch your step.
Can't win for losing. You know, maybe that's why I always resonate with these noirs. It's the story of my life.
Everything that had happened. The last thing I was interested in was the fight. Did Leo take drugs before the fight? Did Stone let him leave? I had done everything in my power for things to go the way my moral compass dictated. Whether anyone would listen to me, that was another story. Because no matter what they tell us, our actions don't always determine our future. My moral compass. As if I even knew what that means. I didn't even know what to think of my performance throughout the case. Did I have a clear conscience? Would I have made the same decisions, given the chance?
Overall, yeah. He's gonna say, damn right I would. That'd be badass. Or he's just gonna walk away in silence. Alright, I mean, all in all, I like that. That was pretty solid. They definitely need to fix some of their graphical errors and such. Honestly, wasn't a super long game either, so I don't know why the TA score is so long. Besides me, they just have that many freaking cards to collect. Ugh. Yeah, a lot of Hispanic guys worked on this, which is fine. I assume Blacksad was a Hispanic guy, but I guess he's black? I don't know. I gotta take a shit, but I know something's gonna happen after it shows the credits. Boy.